E.T. with James Taylor, 7:30 tonight.
Let's pull that response, too.
This is Eyewitness News with Roger Grimsby, Bill Beutel, Stormfield, Corey McPherrin, and the Eyewitness News team.
The assassination of Paul Castellano has local and federal officials looking for the men who did it and for a motive. Finding either or both extremely difficult given the secrecy of organized crime. We may never know why Castellano was killed. Lewis Young is standing by in Staten Island at the Castellano home to tell us more.
Roger, we are outside the Castellano mansion here in Staten Island. It is called Tote Hill, the area, aptly named tonight, Tote in German, meaning death. The Castellano family left here earlier today facing tragedy and the media attention here. Castellano's daughter, Connie, lives around the corner. She is in mourning tonight. Visitors come and go, and no one talks. That Paul Castellano is dead is of interest to us because of who he appeared to be, the head of a crime family.
For now, the safe has been removed from the trustees' room and taken to an undisclosed location. By tomorrow morning, the lock combination will be changed. Something church officials say they don't enjoy doing. It's just something they have to do. In Manhattan, I'm Carol Iavana, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Next, a frantic plea from a mother seeking her missing daughter, and that 400-pound child molester is free.
There were funeral services today for a family from Emerson, New Jersey. A family massacred in their home last week, and police say the father did it. The mood was especially somber as hearses carrying the bodies of 30-year-old Linda Beardsley and her 3 little girls arrived at a church in the small town. Friends are still shocked by what happened to the family. The family was very well liked in the neighborhood. Police say Dennis Beardsley stabbed his family with a hunting knife. 4-month-old Emily is buried with her mother, 4-year-old Jenny, and 5-year-old Catherine alongside them. Their father, whom police say also stabbed himself, is charged with 4 counts of murder.
Given the delay, we are also given a Christmas Eve landing in Florida, weather permitting.
And weather permitting, we'll be smiling in the next few days. Time permitting, Storm will tell us whether we're going to smile.
I thought maybe you said time permitting, I'll smile also. Well, okay. Things are not looking too bad for us. We're talking about more in the way of cold weather coming our way. We've been talking about that all along. It has not kept people from getting outside and putting up their Christmas decorations. As you can see, this picture from the Bronx, Pelham Parkway North, where Millie Garabedian lives, and you can see what she's been doing is improving on her decorations every year for the last 20 years. Some of the dolls, if I move over here, you can see on the lawn, some of these things she actually makes herself, and this is a shot from the Bronx, which she showed earlier, and I'll show it to you again. It's really very nice. People coming from all over the region to see these decorations and to enjoy them. Her neighbors love it. I guess it keeps them from having to put them out themselves. Anyway, here's how our things are shaping up for us. Temperature right now, 31 degrees. That's our low for the day. It hasn't really changed much in the last several hours. As far as the humidity, 31%. Barometric pressure at 30.02, holding steady. The winds right now coming from the southwest at 8 miles an hour. And it's the 8-mile-an-hour winds that are making the temperature feel more like it's in the 20s. As far as the records for today, we got up to a high of 38 degrees, low of 31. Nothing's happening. I'm okay. We're going to go to this part. Anyway, here's what's been going on for this month. So far, we've been watching December, and as you can see, here's what you expect for normals and actuals as far as temperature goes. Normal temperature for December at this time of year up to this point, you expect an average of around 38 degrees. So far, we're being about a half a degree under that at 37 degrees, which is pretty close. Precipitation, normal amount is about an inch or so, and actually almost 2 inches, and so far we've gotten less than that, almost an inch, about 3/4 of an inch, so we could use a little bit more precip over the next couple of weeks to kind of pick up the average for December, which is what we really need to do. Right now, here's how things are shaping up. You're noticing on this that what we've got is a low pressure system that's moving in, throwing some clouds into the region, but it's really not going to be much of a problem. As this low continues to move away from us, we're going to be having a little bit more in the way of some nice weather coming our way, lots of sunshine, but this cold air is going to be holding control over the region. Wednesday night looks to be clear and bitterly cold, the temperature dropping off to the mid or low teens here in town, and with the wind blowing again, -15 to -10 degrees. Very chilly.
That's cold enough.
Just enough. Sweaters again, Bill.
We didn't end up smiling, Storm. Thank you. If you live in Suffolk County, Christmas is going to come a little cheaper this year. The cost of Christmas trees are down, about $2 less than last year on average. A couple examples, 6-foot Douglas firs average $47, 8-foot Douglas firs $62, 12-foot $95 or $100. Natural balsam is a lot less expensive, 6-foot tree $20 on the average. For $7 you can get one to put on the table. Point is, you can spruce things up for less than last year, even though you might pine for the cheaper trees of many Christmases past, and even though today's prices might make you balsam. Roger.
The makeover of the Statue of Liberty is now past the halfway point, and today workers started taking down the scaffolding that has surrounded the statue for the past several months. Miss Liberty already has her new torch. Her face and robes have been cleaned and patched after a century of exposure to the elements of the harbor. More work on her internal structure still has to be done, but all the scaffolding should be gone in time for Miss Liberty's centennial celebration the next 4th of July.
And when we come back in a moment, the anchorwoman, Chris Kraft, asks the Supreme Court for justice without regard to gender. In a moment.
A survey of British hotel owners concludes the wealthy are the worst guests. Arrogant, demanding, rude, and they often leave without paying. Married couples are the biggest thieves. Forget ashtrays. They've taken television sets, the bed sheets, telephones. Honeymooners are inclined to steal bathrobes. One can only imagine what a wealthy second marriage honeymooning couple must be like. Well, the honeymoon's over for the Jets and the Giants.
Well, maybe it is, but then maybe it isn't. Both of them can make it next week, and I think they're both going to do it. We're going down to the final week. The Jets, for one, still have an outside chance to win the AFC East, and they can thank the Dolphins for keeping their title hopes alive. Miami ekes out a win over New England last night. Had it gone the other way, the Pats would have won their first division title in 9 years. Some highlights for you. The weather in Miami last night, perfect maybe if you're a real Dolphin. As for the other Dolphins, doesn't bother them at all. Ron Davenport dives across from the one, his 11th TD of the year. Miami leads 17-7 at half. Big play in the third quarter. Fins up by a touchdown. Marino going downtown looking for Nat Moore. He is blasted by Ernest Gibson right there. Kind of subtle pass interference. Bentley sets up the ball on the one. Miami takes it in 27-13. They lead. Same thing the other way. Tony Eason for Irving Fryer. Interference called on William Judson. Pats would score. 27-20 game. 7:30 to go. The ensuing kickoff. Pats get a break. Joe Carter, hit by Rod McSwain, keeps driving, but the ball is stripped away. Cedric Jones gobbles it up and takes off 15 yards. He scores it 27-all. Now Miami goes ahead in the field goal. The Pats driving to tie it up. A minute to go. Tony Eason wants to go for the pass. Puts it up. Too much muscle. Glenn Blackwood picks it off, and that's it. 30-27 Fins. Pats have not won in the Orange Bowl in 18 years. Now, what does it mean for the Jets? How do they win the AFC East? Here we go. Jets got to beat Cleveland, and all we're asking for is that the Bills beat Miami. Fat chance. Buffalo's won only twice all year.
The big hit on Manhattan's east side today, Brooke Shields, the starlet student of Princeton, spending a few hours in Bloomingdale's, signing the Gourmet Guide for Busy People by Famous People, put together by Mrs. Thomas Amory to benefit the American Cancer Society. Brooke's contribution, a recipe for something called Vegetable Crisp Delight. Hoping your news is good news, I'm Roger Grimsby.
Next on Channel 7 is the World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. I'm Bill Beutel. For all of us, thanks very much for being with us. Good luck and be well.